Hey guys, it's Libby. I want to start off this video by making it really clear that I am not a doctor and this is not medical advice. And if things in this video seem relevant to you, you should go speak to an actual doctor, not just watch YouTube videos. So today I wanted to talk about depression and how it affects reading. And my cat will be joining me, telling us that she is cute. So there is a type of YouTube video, which I think it's not so popular now. It's more popular a couple years ago, but you definitely still see them coming up, and I feel like a lot of booktubers will make this type of video once in their career, and that is the what do you do to get out of a reading slump type of video. And I have never found these videos to be helpful because I have never felt like a reading slump is something that I need to address. And I think that's because, not 100% of the time, but let's say 80% of the time, when I'm experiencing a reading slump, it's because I'm going through a bout of depression. You may have noticed I'm talking slower, more quietly, more calm. I'm having a pretty bad depressive episode right now. I have seasonal affective disorder, or that's the old name. The new name is major depressive disorder with seasonal pattern, which means I get bouts of depression for longer, they're more intense, and more frequently in the winter when it is darker outside, because I need the sunlight to tell my brain to work. I've had depression certainly since my teenage years, possibly for my entire life. It runs in my family, but the seasonal affective disorder got a lot worse, or the whole depression situation got a lot worse when I moved from Northern Virginia to Amsterdam about 3 years ago. In Reston, where I used to live, everything's breaking. At the winter solstice, you still got 9.5 hours of daylight per day. Here in Amsterdam, it's closer to 7.5 hours of daylight per day. So there's a lot less, and my first year in Amsterdam was really hard because I didn't really think that that's what was going on, so I was dealing with a lot of severe symptoms, like self-worth issues and guilt issues were my main emotional symptoms, and then I also had the physical symptoms of sleep problems, insomnia, needing more sleep. It's a classic duo. I need more sleep and it's harder for me to sleep. Great. Appetite all out of whack. Some days I'm really hungry, some days I don't want to eat anything, or I do eat but it makes me feel sick. What are my other life problems? Loss of interest in normal hobbies, which is what I'm talking about now. So when I experience depression, and it happens for normally about 1 to 2 weeks, a couple of times each winter, I lose interest in my normal hobbies, which includes reading and also making booktube videos. And my life is arranged so that my depression isn't really inconvenient. It's certainly not fun, but it's not really inconvenient. So I don't have kids. During the pandemic, I don't have external social commitments. I didn't really have that many before the pandemic. I don't have complete flexibility with my job, but when I need to take on less work, I can usually make that happen. So that means the stuff that I give up is my hobbies. And I don't feel the need to force myself to do my hobbies. So when I'm depressed, I always get very gentle with myself, and I don't try to force myself to do anything. So here's what I did a couple days ago. If I spend all day sitting on the couch watching Abby Sharp, registered dietitian, review other YouTubers what I eat in a days for their nutritional content. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, bringing this back to reading slumps. So if you are experiencing a reading slump, of course, there's a really good chance that you don't have depression, that this is not a symptom of anything else, that you just haven't been reading good books lately, or also that you have other hobbies that you're more interested in right now. I hear, people saying like, if you want to read more, maybe cut back on your Netflix watching. I think there's a really big difference between like having a particular show that you're really excited about watching on Netflix and you want to do that instead of reading, as opposed to not really feeling like doing anything and so getting on Netflix and trying to find something that will enable you to pass the time. That's something that might be closer to depression. So if you are experiencing a reading slump, maybe ask yourself, is this a symptom of depression? Because it might be, and that's one of the ways I can tell that I am entering a depressive episode, is that I just really don't want to pick up any of my books. And so if you are following the advice in these how to get out of a reading slump booktube videos, like trying a new genre, rereading an old favorite, go out and buy a special book that makes you feel special that you're really excited about. If none of those are working for you, then of course it's possible that just none of those are working for you, but also look at how you're feeling about the rest of your life. Are you having other symptoms of depression? I'm going to leave a link below to the Mayo Clinic, their profile on depression, where you can see, symptoms, risk factors, educate yourself a little bit. And I wanted to make this video because I found that knowing that I have depression makes it a lot easier to deal with depression. So I basically no longer experience the mental symptoms of depression, like I still experience the mental symptoms, which is like the lack of interest in hobbies. I no longer experience the emotional symptoms of depression. So I rarely feel sad when I'm experiencing depression anymore. In fact, many times I am capable of feeling happy. I also don't have the worthlessness feeling, because anytime I start to feel those feelings, I'm like, oh, that's not real. That's the depression talking. Libby, you're fine. You're great. It's honestly all good. Yeah, that's that all I wanted to say. I think that was probably all that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I want to say, so I didn't want to loop this into the beginning of my, put this whole thing at the beginning of my wrap up for this month. But for this month, I think I was reading a lot at the beginning of the month, and then I haven't really read anything in the second half. So I'm probably not going to do a super good job of remembering everything I read because it all happened so long ago. Also, I'm not totally sure if this month's Bard Book Club video is technically gonna be going up on time. I don't know if the wrap-up is gonna be going up at all on time. Maybe you're not gonna see me for a month. We're just gonna do a dual month wrap-up, and I'm so sorry. I feel really bad about flaking on a bunch of Bard Book Club videos, but I'm pretty sure you guys don't want me to make videos if it's going to make me exhausted. There were a couple times earlier in the Bard Book Club series where I would make myself ill making the videos because it takes 2 hours to film, and I'm talking for a really long time. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't want you guys to worry about me because I feel like I can handle I've got my depression pretty well under control. If I need to sleep for 11 hours a night, I'm able to sleep for 11 hours a night, and it's fine. And I've never had suicidal ideation, so don't worry about that. So yeah, if you are experiencing a reading slump, maybe think, is that part of something bigger? And get help if you need help. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you, eventually when I feel better. Bye.